Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're not familiar with me, my name's Tor, and today I'm going to be taking you to a luxurious resort destination on the coast of the Red Sea, known as El Gouna in Egypt. Now, when you first arrive to El Gouna, number one recommendation is to download the El Gouna app. It has its own app, so you should download the app. And also connect to the El Gouna Wi-Fi, because when you're walking around the city, if you don't have an Egyptian SIM, you're going to need to be able to use the Wi-Fi in order to communicate or message others. We stayed in an area known as Mangroovy Residence, which is essentially a number of apartment blocks, and each of them has pools outside and free access to Mangroovy Beach, which is the local beach. There's a beach gym along there that you can work out on. Of course, I had to get some pull-ups in, as you do when you have a beach gym in your local area. But our favorite beach was Makani Beach. Now, this is a beach which is a little bit out from where we were staying in Mangroovy Residence, so we had to drive up, and then there's a beach area with a bar by it, restaurants, gym, yoga studios, pole dancing studios. Whatever you're into, all of the different types of fitness and sports activities take place there on Makani Beach. So in the downtown area of El Gouna, there's loads and loads of different shops and restaurants and bars. That's the main area you're going to want to go to if you want to have food, or if you want to buy something from the shop, get groceries, whatever. It's all going to be in that downtown area. Now, don't worry when they say downtown, it doesn't mean it's super far out. From where we were staying in Mangroovy, it was about 10 minutes drive, and you could get either a tuk-tuk, which at the time of recording this, it was 20 Egyptian pounds, or a taxi, which was 30 Egyptian pounds. The best restaurants are all in the downtown area. My personal favorite restaurant was Bongoyo. So if you do go there, I'd recommend you check it out. It's African influenced cuisine. Another restaurant I absolutely loved in the downtown area is Clubhouse. That place is brilliant. It's by the beach, and it's just a bar restaurant that you can chill and completely vibe out at. If you are looking to have healthy type of foods, which is what I tend to prefer when I'm in these kind of places, then El Gouna is super easy to do this. All of the restaurants have fruit juices, fresh juices, because there's loads of locally grown fruit in the Egypt area. And then at the same time, you're able to order vegan options no matter where you go. Pretty much everywhere has vegan options. There's even specific vegan restaurants as well. But the number one thing that people visit El Gouna for is the water sports and the water activities. That is the number one thing that people go out there for. So that may be if you're into surfing, certain times of the year, kite surfing, or if you're into diving. For me, when I went out there, we did both diving and wakeboarding. Those were the two activities that we got the chance to do. The first sport was wakeboarding, which I found pretty tough at first, but Marcella was a pro. She was able to just do it straight out the gate, jump on the wakeboard, and after about 2 or 3 attempts, she got it. For me, it took about a dozen attempts plus of my head just planting in the water over and over again every single time. But eventually, I did manage to get it, so I was pretty proud of that.
Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on! Oh my God, you got it.
But the biggest activity we did was the scuba dive. So we had never done scuba diving before in our life. And if you've never done scuba diving before, you may not be familiar that there's a certain course that you can take known as a PADI certified course. And PADI are an organization that have different scuba diving schools around the world. And if you get certified in one school, then you can take that anywhere around the world and then go scuba diving in different regions. So what we had to do first was spend 1 day training in a pool, just learning how to put together your oxygen tank, and then also how to breathe and kind of hand signals to use when you are underwater as well. You do all of that with a certified coach. That's the first day. Then the next day, they take you out to the middle of the Red Sea and they make you dive. Now, it is a scary experience, as you can imagine, because you're not used to being underwater for that length of time if you've never dived before. Even if you've done snorkeling, it's very different to snorkeling because you're actually submerged in the water, relying only on the oxygen tank to breathe. But actually, the very first day that you do in the pool is perfect for practicing, because once you've practiced in there, then when it comes to the real thing, it's just the same thing over again. The first water that we went in was really calm, really clear, really transparent waters, and we saw loads and loads of different types of fish, but we weren't allowed to take the camera in with us because, as you can imagine, the coaches want to make sure our safety was first. The second dive, we were able to take the camera in, but the waves were crazy on that dive, and they deliberately took us to tougher waves so that we could deal with different conditions. But that one was super tough to keep control of the camera, and we didn't get much footage. Even though, again, we saw lots of fish, we only managed to get the footage that we have here. Now, even though El Gouna is a super luxurious city all around, there are places within the gated community that are also another gated community. So Zeytouna Island is one of the gated communities within the gated community, and this is where some of the nicest houses that you'll ever see in your whole life, this is where they are. Usually to go to Zeytouna Island you'd have to pay, but us being us, we were able to sneak our way in for free. And essentially, there's this crazy bridge walk that you kind of do out into the ocean that looks like you're coming to the end of the world. If you've ever seen the movie Truman Show, it looks like you're about to hit the edge and then that's going to be the end. In addition to that, you can see loads and loads of different fishes in the water. You can see all of the beautiful housing. You can see all of the different landscape in that area. That's something I definitely recommend you visiting if you can. As I said, usually you have to pay entry unless you already live in the Zeytouna Island area, if you're a resident, or if you're staying in a hotel on Zeytouna Beach. But otherwise, you probably have to pay to get in, but it is definitely worthwhile if you can make a day to get out there. Now, of course, when you're staying in El Gouna, you're in the middle of Egypt, which means there's loads and loads of other places that you could also visit. If you're staying in El Gouna for a while, you have access to Hurghada airport, which is nearby, as well as you can drive down to different regions. So from El Gouna, we are able to visit Luxor, Cairo. I would also recommend Aswan as well, if you get the opportunity. But 150% if you are in Egypt, most people go to Cairo because they want to see their pyramids. I would strongly recommend you taking time out to go to Luxor at the very least, because honestly, that was a sensational experience, and I personally preferred it to Cairo. There was even more sites there than there was in Cairo. So check out the Luxor video if you haven't seen it already for some of those sites. Now, as you know, I've been having adventures all across the world, and I've been documenting each of them for this YouTube channel. Now, if you like what you saw today, make sure you leave a like and a comment on the video and subscribe to the channel for more of the content that's going to be coming out soon. I'll catch you soon.